Hello everyone, this is Vaishali Sharma, Professor Management. So today we will be discussing Unit 8, Foundations of Individual Behavior, and the learning objectives and outcome of this unit are to be able to identify two types of ability, to be able to define the key biographical characteristics, and to understand how to shape the behavior of oneself and others. So first of all, we will discuss about the ability. Why we concern about the ability of an individual? Because by knowing how people are different in abilities, we may be able to use that knowledge to increase and enhance people's performance. So what is ability? An individual's capacity to perform the various tasks in a job is ability, and this is made up of two factors, that is intellectual and physical. So if we talk about intellectual ability, this is the capacity to do mental activities like thinking, reasoning and problem solving, and it has 7 dimensions, that is number aptitude, verbal comprehension, perceptual speed, inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, spatial visualization and memory. And if we understand these dimensions of intellectual ability, so number aptitude is the ability to do speedy and accurate arithmetic. So we at times in the organization require quick calculations for which we may not be having the calculator or something with us immediately, and if we are good at that, we can do it quickly. Then verbal comprehension is the ability to understand what is read or heard and the relationship of words to each other. So that is why it is said that read between the words, read between the lines. So we basically need to understand and comprehend what exactly it means. Perceptual speed is the ability to identify visual similarities and differences quickly and accurately. So there are jobs which we have to in which we have to figure out what is the difference and what is the similarity and where we have to work. So you might have seen in many magazines and on Google also nowadays there are pictures in which you have to identify that what is similar or what is different in these two pictures. So this can increase your perceptual speed. Then inductive reasoning is the ability to identify a logical sequence in a problem and then solve the problem, and deductive reasoning is the ability to use logic and assess the implications of an argument. So reasoning questions are there, and they include both inductive and deductive reasonings, which many of you and the aspirants for competitive examinations really prepare for that, in which they solve the questions which have logical sequence or which have certain implications. Then spatial visualization is the ability to imagine how an object would look if its position in space were changed. So I think architects are the ones who require this dimension for their core as the profession. And memory is the ability to retain and recall past experiences. Intelligence is also considered as one of the predictors of job performance, and this intelligence can be assessed through using IQ test during hiring. And if we talk about the relation between intelligence and job satisfaction, it is 0. So a person may be how intelligent, but it doesn't affect the satisfaction or dissatisfaction levels on the job. Multiple intelligences are there, which are termed as cognitive, social, emotional and cultural. And cognitive intelligence is traditional intelligence, which can be assessed through various tests. Basically it is the experiences or the learnings which has held and happened through experiences. Then social intelligence is ability to relate effectively to others. Then emotional is the ability to identify, understand and manage emotions. So in emotional ability, many of the students, while mentioning their strengths or weaknesses in their resumes or CVs, they at times they tend to say that I am emotional, but being human you are tend to emotional. So emotionally stable can be your strength and emotionally unstable can be your weakness. So being emotional can be nothing. Then cultural intelligence is the awareness of cross-cultural differences and the ability to function successfully in cross-cultural situations. So Nowadays, if any employee is given the foreign assignment, so this cross cultural training is one of the core trainings provided to that employee. And not just for the foreign assignments, in India itself, where so many geographical locations and topographies are there, if we come together, our any organization may also seem as transnational organization, and there also we need to understand and become aware of one's cultural differences and the ability to cope up with that. Then physical ability is it is the capacity to do tasks demanding stamina, dexterity, which is swiftness or precision, strength and similar characteristics. Then there are different factors which affect physical ability. So first is strength factor, which includes dynamic strength, trunk strength, static strength and explosive strength. Flexibility factors are extent of flexibility and dynamic flexibility, and other factors are like body coordination, balance and stamina. The ability in job fit. So this means to say that employees has a set of abilities, and then there is a set of abilities which is demanded or required by the job. If both are complementing, if both are fulfilling each other's need, then only the ability and the relation of job fit is perfect. Otherwise, nowadays we hear that companies are really reluctant to recruit engineers or MBAs, rather they are preferring ITI diploma holders and graduate BCom BBA students, because they think that they can train them and they can get their work done and lesser salaries also. But the major issue is exactly we need to understand that what abilities for a particular profession I need to have, whether at a fresher level or a middle level or the top level. So we need to hone our abilities and our skills, and then we can apply and get success. Then we will discuss biographical characteristics, and the first one is age. So there are many personal characteristics like age, gender, race, length of tenure and marital status which are obtained from their personal records, but how these affect your individual behavior. So age and performance relationship is very important, because performance it declines with increasing age. The workforce is aging, outlaw mandatory retirement. Then age turnover, the older one gets, the less likely to quit one's job, fewer job opportunities, long tenure, higher wage rate, longer paid vacation, better pension benefits, these all affect the turnover. Then age and absenteeism, lower avoidable absence and higher unavoidable absence. Age related to productivity, employee over 50 were more productive, and productivity is so on that basis we can say that it is unrelated to age. Satisfaction, the findings as such research findings are not there on age and satisfaction, but professionals have increased satisfaction, and for non-professionals it is a U-shaped curve. So if we talk about gender, the following factors affect the gender and the behavior: that problem solving ability, the analytical skills, competitive drive, motivation, leadership, sociability and learning ability, which is considered to be not gender dependent. Then turnover and absenteeism is due to majorly family responsibilities. All these factors have come out through various researches. If we talk about marital status, then marital status has an influence on absenteeism, turnover and job satisfaction. It also imposes responsibility. It needs for a steady job, steady income, because you have number of dependents to feed. So you are really looking for job security. The number of dependents it at times affects your behavior towards absenteeism, especially women or female employees. Then race, individuals generally tend to favor colleagues of their own race in performance evaluation, promotion decisions and pay raises. So once again I am reminding this, that all these personal characteristics or biographical characteristics have been researched, and these findings are based on those researches. Then African Americans approve affirmative action to a greater degree than white. The issue of racial difference in cognitive ability test is still on debate. Then biographical characteristics related to education. Level and type of education affects individual behavior with increased expectations about positive outcomes, satisfying job, higher income levels, and different outcomes. Then there is type of education also which affects this individual behavior. There is general education which is related to arts, humanities, social sciences, and then there is specialized education, narrow and focused, which is professional, we can say engineering, medicine, computer science, law, and many other professions. Then the tenure having its effect on individual behavior. Seniority negatively relates to absence. So as the person gets senior, they can't afford to be absent from office, so they are more often they are present. Then seniority again negatively relates to turnover. So because as with the growing age, we look for stability in our jobs. Tenure on one's previous job is a powerful predictor of one's future turnover. So nowadays many of the companies look for this particular aspect in the CV of the candidate, that how much time you have served in your previous organizations. So on the basis of that, they can predict that what would be the length of your job in their current organization. Then tenure also positively relates to satisfaction, that if you have been there for a longer tenure, it means that you are satisfied in that particular organization. There are other factors also, like background experience. For creative individuals, if we can say, there are certain examples of Thomas Edison. He was influenced by his mother. Then Pierre and Marie Curie, great scientists, they both raised a daughter, Irene, who won a Nobel Prize in chemistry. So these background experiences also play a major role. Then personal traits, they are linked to creativity in individuals, such as openness, high level of energy, self-confidence, etc. Environmental factors also influence individual behavior. These can be economic, social, political. So economic factors are majorly employment level, which give you job opportunities, and wage rates, which satisfy basic needs, measure of achievement, status symbol, level of job satisfaction is also decided by wage rates. Then there is also economic outlook, like industry employment is affected by economic cycles. Nowadays it is affected at global levels. So public sector employees are insulated from economy because they have complete job security, and they know that they have the pension after the retirements, so they are not very much affected by this. And also the motivation changes with job security. If the employees feel that their job is secure, then they can perform freely. Cultural environment affects in ways that forces are there which affect society's basic values, perceptions, work ethics, preferences and behaviors. This shapes their basic beliefs, values and behavior. Culture varies from country to country and also within a country. There are different work ethics, achievement needs, effort, reward, expectations and values, which are few cultural factors affecting individual behavior. There is also technological environment, technological change, which affects the changes in job opportunities, especially at lower level. The jobs due to automation, computerization, robotics, people may feel that they may be reduced and the skills required may be obsolete, and it will influence the level of job satisfaction. Work ethics, it is the morals implying hard work and commitment. If we find people with a particular work ethic, with strong work ethics and ensures motivated employees. Then achievement, one with high need to achieve tends to have a high degree of responsibility. It uses personal performance feedback. Then political factors, stability of government, political ideology of the government, etc. Organizational systems and resources. OB is also influenced by physical facilities like ventilation, lighting, secretarial, support and decor, organization structure and design, in ways like different departments reporting relationships, lines of communication, leadership and supervision to provide advice to coaching to individual members, reward systems, organizations establishing reward systems to compensate. Types of work related to behavior specifically in organization. It begins from joining the organization, like the person may have excitement and anxiety, new assignments and expectations are there to fulfill. Then remaining with the organization attracts talent and retain competent employees. Dissatisfied employees tend to withdraw and show less productivity. Satisfied employees show better productivity. Maintaining work attendance is like expected to report for work regularly. Absenteeism is majorly caused due to various reasons, that may be health, family responsibility, job dissatisfaction and lack of motivation. And performance required for tasks, everybody is hired to perform tasks, so no organization could do charity to any of the employees. Then goal directed activities should be there under the individual's control, then we can see that the performance is better, and it need to be harness their abilities and put to organizational effectiveness. Exhibiting organizational citizenship, then again it is the responsibility of the organization. Organizational effectiveness depends on more than just satisfactory performance. It relies also on organizational citizenship behavior, which extend beyond job related tasks. It includes ambiguities, accepting occasional impositions, sharing resources, cooperating with fellow employees. There are psychological factors also affecting organization behavior. These are the individual's mental characteristics and attributes that affect behavior. Though these are not observable, but they have a considerable role in affecting behavior. Prominent psychological factors such as there are personality, perception, attitudes, values, learning. So these will be discussed in further units as individual behavior, group behavior and organizational behavior in detail. So this is all about foundations of organization behavior, individual behavior, and rest the further will be taken in the next unit.